Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3 gang, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 3 gang, y'all. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. Man, that joke was crazy, man. But his brother was right there out in front of everybody, not backing down, not acting like he was scared. He didn't care. There was a lot of red team around. He didn't care. He didn't care. It was just him and his brother. And he was holding his own. So when I walk on the yard, I look, I'm like, I see my homeboy that's on the red team. I'm like, I see the joint. I'm like, man, I stood over here by the water cooler. So I go by the water cooler. They over here a little bit to the side. So I see them all over there, carrying all that junk. You know what I mean? Like he holding it down. He looking like he ain't scared. So as the whole jump going on, I caught eye contact with my homeboy. I was like, hey bro. He was like, he gave me the like, hold on right quick. I was like, no, go right quick. So he was like, so he peeled off from the meeting, walked over to where I was at right before I could say something. He was like, yo, man, who is this dude, man? I was like, yo, that's brother. He was like, ooh. I was like, dude, let's stand with him. He was like, oh, that's his little brother. I was like, man, he was like, look like his big brother. I said, bro, that's his little brother, bro. That's his little brother, man. He was like, man, like he wild though. I was like, what happened though? What's going on? He was like, nah, like for real, like something that happened on the street with one of my homies, you know what I mean, from where they from. And he was like, yo, bro put his business, bro put his neck in the business that ain't had nothing to do with him. You know what I mean? I was like, his brother used to tell me that he was affiliated with y'all though. Like, he was like, nah, ain't none of that affiliate. If you ain't homie, then that don't mean nothing. Like, I don't care about none of that. He was like, but we trying to come to an understanding because the dude that he rock with on the street is a big homie. So like, you know, we trying to figure out the right information before we move. But we trying to tell him to give us the right information. And he out this joint talking about he'll fight all of us. So he was like, for real though, bro, we might just serve him up. He was like, wow, what's up? That's why you called me over here. I was like, nah, bro. I was like, yeah, bro. I was like, for real though. I said, man, because the dude that's with him, I said, man, I rock with him. I was like, that was my old roommate. I said, I moved. When he moved in our pod, I let him get in the cell with his brother. It's out of my hands. He said, we just waiting for the word from the big homie, bro. You know what I mean? He was like, but where they talking, bro? They talking spicy. You know what I mean? He was like, my homie trying to see what's good because they talking spicy. So they was just out there the whole time. I tried. So he was like, my homie talking spicy. So like, he ain't trying to hear none of that, So he was like, man, I can't do nothing about it. I was like, all right, bro, I just, you know, ain't nothing I can do then either. So he was like, yeah, let's stay out that stuff. I was like, that's a lot. I got you. So he walked back over to the meeting. While he was over there still at the meeting, he talking. Cam finally shut up. He was just standing there listening. And then the dudes was talking to him, you know what I mean? So they talked the whole time that we was on the yard. So Josh was looking like everything was straight, you know what I mean? So when we came back, I came back to the front of the fence. I seen him. I was like, what's up? Everything good? He was like, you hollered at your home? I was like, bro. He was like, everything good with you? I seen you holler at your home. But I was like, yeah, I tried. But he was like, yo, that junk out of his hands, bro. He was like, man, see, I knew I was going to get into something, man. This man done been in the pod over a month. And this man about to get me in stuff already. I was like, bro, listen. I told you, bro, you going to stay in something messing with him. I said, bro, he do too much. I said, man, he do too much. I said, man, that was my brother, man. I wouldn't even want to be around him. I said, I know that sounds crazy, but I was like, bro, he going to have us on red onion. That's where you gonna be at before you was all said and done, bro. I said, bro, you gonna mess around and be on red onion game. He was like, man, this junk crazy, man. So he was like, so they opened the gate up. It was time to go. So everybody going back. I ran to the joint by the court, hollering my homeboy, like, yo, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Shoot back as I'm shooting back. When I come up the sidewalk, our building is right there from the ball field fence. I come up, I hit the door, I grab the door. When I grabbed the door, I just seen 4-on-2. When I opened the door, it was a 4-on-2. Now, they not fighting in the main salad port where the lady that's downstairs booth can just turn around in the chair and see them fighting. They're fighting right there in the staircase one, like right there, like it's a little breezeway area, man. And they right there rumbling. But when I look, I just see Josh kind of like, it's two dudes on Josh and he trying to fight. You know what I mean? I look, it's my homeboy from Norfolk. That's on Josh. I'm looking at it through like the glass because it's like glass. Then it's the walk in, then it's the stairs. Then beside that, it's like a breezeway area, like a decent sized breezeway area, like you can rock out. if you want to. And I'm looking at the jump, man. I can see him on Josh balling up, but he rumbling too. I look at his brother Cam upstairs rumbling the other dude that wanted him. Boom, boom, rumbling the other red team dude. They up there wrecking. So they wrecking. So everybody was like, yo, come on. You heard somebody say that? When I hear that, yeah, Josh took a couple more hits. He's like, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, we gonna hold it down regardless. Josh adrenaline run. He like, yeah, we gonna hold it down regardless. So him and Cam shoot upstairs. The other two dudes shoot downstairs. They probably were downstairs. They was in 4B. I promise you, by the time I get upstairs, man, Cam adrenaline running. He like, yeah, I should smash every red team member in here. Yeah, that's what I should do. I should smash every red team member in here. So I'm like, man, this joke crazy. So the dude, Josh, he looking more like, yo, man, I can't believe this happened. He was snapping out when he was downstairs, but by the time he got upstairs, he looking at himself like, yo, what the freak am I doing? Why am I even in this stupid predicament, y'all? So boom. I promise you, when this man was my roommate, this man wasn't into nothing. But these are the things that happens when you get around a maniac family member, man. This man, little brother, was stupid, man. He was just dumb. Like, he used to just do a lot of dumb stuff. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. So they upstairs. They don't do nothing to the red team. So I guess they trying to figure out what's gonna happen next. What's gonna be the word from that big homie that's supposed to straighten out what's going on about his brother Cam or whatever the case. But Josh got a little scar right here. He done took a couple blows to the cheek. You know what I mean? Like, I already know he mad. He done getting fights and all type of stuff for his brother, man. But this is what it is, man. So he see me later on that day. The red team that he was rumbling, they was like, they rumbled him because they was like, yo, the dude Cam stole on the dude he was fighting. So he was like, that's why they started fighting. That's why the whole fight started. So I was waiting to holler at Josh to see if that was the real count. So when he finally hollered at me, it was a little bit later. He saw me, he was like, yeah, bro. I was like, man, he was like, yeah, that joke was crazy. And I was like, bro, that don't happen like that, bro. I just was talking to you on the yard. He was like, man, we come back in. Man, we walked back in, the dude, red team dude was standing right there, man. He was like, man, Cam took off on him, man. I was like, why? He was like, cuz he just say he don't like dude. I was like, shh, that joke crazy. I said, now you got bank behind that joke. He was like, man. I said, so what he talking about doing? He was like, man, like for real, man, he up there slanging, man. I said, what? He said, man, he up there hitting the lady, man, the booth. I said, man, you lying, bro. He said, man, I promise you, man. He's like, man, I'm thinking we about to go up there. I'm about to get a strategy together, you know what I mean? Break down the blueprint, how we gonna do this, get some get back, or whatever the case. He was like, man, that man was like, man, the lady in the booth for animal, let me get the sale. I was like, man, that man's freaking Neanderthal, y'all. So boom. He just left you out to dry like this, and he upstairs freaking being the number one gunner. The number one. This man is out of control. Man. I promise you. So he's staying in joint. You know what I mean? He in there for a while. I go hop on the phone. When I'm using the phone, I feel somebody tap me on my shoulder. I turn around, it's Josh. He's like, hey, Weezy, man, can I please get a three-way right quick, man? He was like, my girl ain't gonna put money on the phone till next week. I ain't gonna need nothing but the last 10, 5 minutes. I'm like, I give you the last 5 minutes. He was like, all right. So when the last 5 minutes came, I told my mom to call the number, you know what I mean? So mom dudes called the number. I gave him the phone. He used the phone. I didn't watch him use the phone. I didn't do none of that. I had to make another call. So I got back on when he hung up, and I called mom dudes back. So when I called mom dudes back, mom dudes was like, yo, what's up with your friend? I'm like, what you mean? She was like, man, he was in that junk, man, saying that, man, his little brother, man, he about to cut his little brother off, man, because his little brother gonna get him tricked up and all this. And like, she was like, who was his little brother? I was like, you don't want to know. I was like, you don't want to know. She was like, who? I was like, man, he's a maniac, man. Like, he coming this joint, man, just off the top, just being like, just doing extra, just doing too much. Just doing entirely too much, man. Like, it's a matter of time before stuff get ugly, man. You know what I mean? So I broke that down to her. She was like, yeah, because he was snapping. I'm like, man, that joint crazy, man. So I talked to her one more call. Then I hung up. It was about time for dinner. So the incident happened early. This was morning rec when that incident happened. You know what I mean? So now, like, you know, we might mingle with this pod that they just had to rumble with. So when the lady called standby for child, I looked and I seen Josh getting ready to go to child. But when I looked at Cam was taking his shower bag to the shower. So I'm like, yo, I looked at Josh. I said, hey, your brother ain't walking with you to the child hall. He was like, you see what he about to do, man. I said, man, listen, man. How he's not going to walk with you to the child hall, bro, after y'all just got the rumbling this morning with those cycles, bro. He was like, my brother ain't all the way there, man. That's what I tend to learn, bro. He ain't all the way there. He said, I'm in the room with him now. I be having conversations with him. He was like, man, he kind of cuckoo wheezy, man. I was like, why you say that? He was like, man, like, the way he talked, man. He said he talked like can't nobody mess with him. He talked like he invincible. He said he talked like the police can't even mess with him. So I'm like, man, that's crazy, bro. I was like, bro, maybe you should just move, bro. Like, maybe you should just go to another jump and get out his way, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Let him have that jump, bro. I was like, because I know you ain't intend for this to happen. But now you're in a situation where now you got drama with the red team. He was like, I know, bro, man. He was like, this jump crazy for real, man. He was like, man, but I ain't ducking, though. I'm about to go eat. I'm about to go eat, though, man. I was like, man, come on, bro. I'm going to walk with you, bro. You know what I mean? So me and him dipped out. Start walking towards the chow hall. So as we walking, you know what I mean? As we come around, we going to the furthest chow hall closest to the watch command office. So we had to pass a chow hall to get to that chow hall. So as we pass in the chow hall, it's a window and it's the gate and it's another window. So as we pass in, we like, some dudes come in the window. They like, look, and they're like, I heard the dude that came in the window was like, yo, that's 4C right there. That's 4C right there. So you see dudes looking. Me and bro walk by. We go eat. I guess that was 4B. That was in that chow hall before us. So as we in there eating, they told us it was time to go. We finish eating. We get up and leave. So as we get up and leave, we see like 10 dudes lingering. Like, you know what I mean? Like 10 dudes lingering by Ford building and all that, like by the walking slow by the fence. And they just kind of lingering. So me and bro walking. Like, so now we come around the corner. Now we can see them directly now. You know what I mean? Now we headed towards down by 4 building and 3 buildings. So we walking. I said, bro, you see them dudes down there? He was like, yeah. I was like, bro, be on point, bro. I'm telling you, man. He was like, shh. Josh was just walking. Like, we get down there. We get down closer to them. I see my homeboy. That's the red team. You know what I mean? So he like, yo, he look at me like, he give me a look like, he pointed like, I thought I told you to stay out the jump. I was like, man, I tell you this is my old celly. I ain't say that. I gave him the look like, you know what I mean? Like, this is my old celly, man. So he like, hey, look, where your brother at? He was like, man, look, my brother upstairs. He like, look, man, I'm telling you, man, like, the beef won't never with you. The beef won't never with you, man, but you need to ask him what he did on the street. So when we get the word back from the dude that's supposed to be cool with him about what really happened, bro, I'm telling you, we got a ham. You just was an innocent bystander. And you know he stole on my homie. So that's why we moved the way we moved. So we ain't got no beef with you. But I'm letting you know, your little brother, we got a ham if something happens. So if you gonna roll with him, you might as well do something now because we got a ham with us. So I looked at Josh. Josh was like, he looked at about 8 red team members. He was like, man, look, man, I get what y'all saying, you know, and I ain't got no problem with y'all. But y'all gotta understand that that's my little brother. That's my real brother. So like, what y'all want me to do? Just stand back and let y'all just do him dirty? That's what you want me to do? That's what y'all want me to do, man? I gotta go with him, man. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I ain't gonna go with him, man. The red team dude was like, nah, I respect it. Nah, I respect it. Nah, I respect it. But yeah, I'm just telling you to your face that what you got earlier won't for you though. That won't for you though. So you need to think about some things, man. Cause your little brother ain't right. I'm telling you, man, he ain't right. As soon as I get the right word, he was like, look, this dude right here, he from out y'all way. You don't know him? You don't know him? Homie, you don't know him? Dude, the little red team member looked at Josh. He was like, no, I don't know him. Like, he might be like my uncle age or something like that. I don't know him. So Josh was like, who your uncle? The young boy tell him, he was like, man, I know your uncle, man. I went to school with your uncle, man. Yeah, I know your uncle, man. He was like, ask him about me, man. Ask him about me, man. So the young boy was like, all right, I will. Josh was like, man, well, look, man, at the end of the day, y'all do what y'all gotta do, man. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta roll with my brother, and that's just what it is. So I was like, man, you know, he said what he said. That's how I looked at dude from North with the red team. I'm like, yo, Josh said what he said, man. Ain't nothing else to be said no more, y'all. So boom. They let us part the Red Sea, man. We went back to our building, into the part we supposed to be in, upstairs the 4C, man. As me and bro was going up the steps, I was like, yo, bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I was like, man, I'm so glad them dudes ain't fight. I said, because I would have pushed a couple of them dudes off you. I said, if they just would have came and tried to fight me, and we just would have been rumbling, bro. I said, because I couldn't let you get banked. Now, if you with your brother and all of that, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I said, but if you with me, bro, I ain't gonna let you get banked, bro. You know what I mean? He was like, I appreciate that Weezy, man. He was like, but, like, for real, though, man, I don't even supposed to be in this, though, man. I don't even supposed to be in this, man. Like, real talk, man. I gotta go have a talk with my brother. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, you need to have a talk with that freaking Maniac, bro. I said, because he ended too much. He's supposed to be rolling with you right now. Now he up there freaking being the #1 gunner. He up there wilding, bro. So I was like, bro, find out what he did on the street, bro, to them dudes, bro. That's what you need to find out, man. He was like, yo, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this shit. Yeah, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this shit. Watch. So me and him just chilling, and he seen his brother get out the shower. Brother was like, open up 36. Josh went upstairs right behind him, you know what I mean? So Josh go in the cell, closed the door. They in that jump for a second. I don't know what the conversation was about, but I didn't see Josh until probably about to later on that night, a little bit later on that night, because they stayed in there for count time. He ain't come back out till later on. So when I finally bumped into him, you know what I mean? He seen me. I seen him. I was like, yo, bro, you had a conversation, bro? He was like, man, shh, you ain't gonna believe this, jump, man. I was like, what? He was like, man, for real, man. He was like, man, guess what this man told me, man? I was like, what? He said, man, this man told me, man, he was messing with one of the big homie dude's little sister. I was like, what? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, for real. His brother was young. I will say this, like, if I was 23, 24, his brother was like a dub. Like, I give dude a dub. He just was a big youngin'. So he was like, yeah, man, he didn't know she wasn't 18 yet. She was only 16. And he said he was messing with her like that was his girl the whole time until he bumped into her brother, which was the red team member. He was like, his brother snapped. Him and her brother fought and got into it. Da, 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 da. So I'm like, yo. So as soon as they hear that information back from the dude, you already know what it's gonna be there, right? He was like, shh. I already know what it's gonna be, Weezy, man. I already know what it's gonna be. I was like, bro, they gonna come with the weapons, bro. I was like, bro. I said, this man might be a potential rapist, man. I mean, at the end of the day, it's statutory game. So like, you know, like it was younger or whatever the case. If that's what's going on, I don't know. Like dudes done messed with young chicks before. Y'all know how it is sometimes, man. But still though, man, like dudes don't play about that in penitentiary. Like I'm just being honest with y'all, man. So I'm like, yo, bro, if those allegations right, bro, I was like, man, listen, I don't got nothing to do with that. I'm letting you know now. He was like, nah, you good though, man. He was like, when he told me that shit, man, that shit broke my heart too, Weezy, man. I was like, bro, that's crazy, bro. Like, that man told you that. He was like, yeah, he said he was just hitting the bitch and he didn't know she was young. You know what I mean? And I'm like, God damn, man, your brother is a real deal maniac, y'all. So boom. I just started looking at him different after that. Like when I see him, he showered this, he doing this. That's all he want to do is go in the shower and be the #1 thunner. That's all he want to do. That's all he want to do, man. So I just started looking at him sideways like, I ain't messing with young chicks. I'm like, man, this junk crazy, man. So like, he looked like a full grown man. That's what he was anyway. Like he looked like a full grown psycho, man. Like, so like, I stayed away from him. I stayed away from him, man. And I didn't want to go nowhere near him. So that night I ain't go nowhere near him or Josh. The next day, Josh seen me pull up on me before breakfast. So all of us was on standby for breakfast. They was like, they had pancakes over there. We're going to get a good tray. Everybody was waiting to eat. So when I'm waiting, Josh pull up on me. He was like, hey, man, you heard they got pancakes? I was like, yeah, I heard, man. I looked over at him. He was like, yeah, man. He was like, man, my brother, man. Shh. As soon as them people find that information out, Weezy, man, they gonna try to get on Weezy, man. I know they is, Weezy, man. He was like, man, they gonna try to stab him, man. I can't let nobody do that to my brother. What I'm gonna tell my mama, Weezy? I'm like, yo, like the predicament that you're in, like, I don't really have no advice for that predicament, bro. I said, because I never been in that predicament, for one. And I said, for two, you right, that is your brother. So, like, me personally, I said, I'm gonna go with my brother. You know what I mean? Right or wrong, I said, I'm just glad my brother don't move like yours to put me in a predicament like that if he would get locked up. I said, but if he was, I said, man, I would have to go with him, though. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. So he was like, man, Weezy, man, I don't feel like fucking my shit up, though, Weezy, man. He was like, man, I'm comfortable, Weezy, man. I wasn't doing shit before they moved this fucking maniac in my cell, man. My little brother a fucking maniac, bro. I was like, bro, I told you, bro, that nigga's all the way goddamn. That nigga got screws loose, man. He wild as a bitch. So he was like, man, what the fuck I'm gonna do, bro? I was like, bro, I don't fucking know, bro. I was like, as soon as them niggas get that information back, what you told me, that he told you, I said, man, them niggas gonna want retribution, my nigga. So boom. And they gonna get his ass, man. And he won't be able to beat all them niggas. It's like 4 of them in our pod, probably being sneaky standby, just waiting for something to pop off where they can go. Then there's a lot of them downstairs. Then there's a lot of them next door in 4D. He can't beat all them dudes, man, by his goddamn self, especially just with his brother Josh. It's not gonna work. It's not enough people, man. So, like, I feel like he was just walking around on borrowed time. I knew he thought he was super duper tough, but like, his time was coming, man. Like, you know, when you're a maniac like this, and for that crime that they say he did, you know what I mean, whatever the case, that wasn't, I don't even think that was the crime that he's locked up for. He was locked up for something else, but that happened with bro little sister, that they say, you know what I mean? So, like, I knew his time was coming, man, but what can you do? What can you do, man? This man walks around like he's invincible, man. I never seen a young dude like this before. Maybe because of his size. It gave him all the strength and power to feel like he didn't care about nothing. It was either that or he was just slow, man. I didn't know what the hell it was, man. So that day went by. That day went by. The next day happened. So the next day happened, man. It was a lady in the booth, man. Like, for real, man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. This lady, man, Man, this lady butt is so fucking thick, man. I ain't gonna lie. She fat as hell. She dumb fat. I'm talking about dumb, but don't the dope. But she looked like freaking Fraggle Rock in the goddamn face, man. My word, she had a Fraggle Rock face with a goddamn but don't the dope. With a goddamn but don't the dope, man. I promise you, man. But she just was hit. She was super hit, man. And she was cool with everything except for that goddamn being the #1 thunner. She was cool with everything except that. Except that. That was the only thing she wasn't cool with. But for the most part, the lady was dumb cool, man. So when she came on, she hasn't been in our building for a while because she was a floater. You'll see her in 2 building. You'll see her working 3D. You'll see her working the whole. You'll see her. She'll be in our building every blue moon. Or she'll be working downstairs majority of the time in our building. Either way, this maniac nigga Cam didn't see the chick. You know what I mean? So when he came out his cell for breakfast and seen that damn lady standing on the floor, man, I promise you, man, I seen this nigga. This nigga came out. That nigga came out. That nigga Josh, me and Josh was down there. And that nigga was like, he came out of stretch. He was like, he looked at that lady. He was like, that nigga went and got his shower bag, y'all. So boom, that nigga came down the steps like this. We on standby for breakfast. Don't nobody take no damn shower this early. This man go to the shower, start setting up. Everybody looking at this nigga like, the fuck wrong with this nigga, man? This nigga tripping, man. So goddamn, the lady said, exit out for child, exit out for child. Josh looked back, was like, man, you ain't coming to the child hall, man. Why you keep ducking the child hall, man? He was like, man, that nigga snot. I ain't never hear his little brother snot like this. That nigga said, man, I ain't ducking no motherfucking child hall, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga? I'm about to beat my dick. Fuck wrong with you? Quit worrying about what the fuck I'm doing, big bro. God damn it, that nigga closed the shower, jump, cloosh. God damn, all you see was everything covered except the fucking chuck hole in the middle. This nigga about to be the #1 thunner. So boom. That's what he about to do. I promise you. He don't even really have time to do it. The lady standing at the front waiting for everybody to leave out. The last person, goddamn it, she leave out after him. So she stayed there the whole time. I guess he was in his shadow boxing the whole fucking time. So as we go in the chow hall, I look, I seen 2 niggas lingering again. I look, niggas from downstairs again, but it's my homeboy. My homeboy see me. He like, yo, he seen that I went with Josh. Josh went ahead of me. So he like, hey, yo, hey, look, where the nigga at? I was like, man, that nigga upstairs, bro. He was like, man, what that nigga doing in there, though, bro? I was like, man, I don't know. That nigga in that bitch slanging, bro, being the #1 thunner. That's what he doing in that motherfucker. He was like, man, listen, goddamn, them niggas coming in that bitch later, bro. Fuck that nigga up, bro. He was like, damn, dude, he was fighting, got the hammer, so I'm just letting you know now, stay the fuck away from that shit, because niggas coming up that bitch ready, bro. So I'm like, real, bro? He was like, yeah, bro. He was like, I don't give a fuck who know. Niggas already know the count. That nigga been ducking us. This nigga don't come to chow hall, none of that shit no more, bro. He was like, man, listen, the shit came out that he fucking with the young Jake, and that was my man. People was on the street, man. That was his little sister, man. And he knew she was young. He was still fucking with her. So I ain't want to like put no more details into what Josh had told me. You know what I mean? But what I did say was like, yo, I kind of heard about that shit too, man. I was like, that shit true? He was like, man, listen. He was fucking with her, man. He knew she was a fucking school, bro. He was like, man, that nigga ain't shit. Man, he was fucking with her, man. He was like, that nigga ain't shit, man. That nigga ain't shit, bro. He was like, niggas be over there, bro. I'm just letting you know that now. So I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like, I was stuck in a freaking, you know what I mean? A fork in the road game. Like, I ain't know whether just to take my man advice and hear what he's saying and just mind my own fucking business. Or I didn't know if I wanted to fucking at least let Josh know, man, that they got a missile about to come his goddamn way, man. Like, I didn't really know what to do, man. So, like, I'm thinking about this the whole walk to the chow hall. So them niggas was going to the chow hall late. So they went to their chow hall, which was that first one we was in there, which was the one we was in there last time. We went to the one they was in that time. So I'm thinking about it the whole time as we walking. So I walk in the chow hall, I look. First person I spot was Josh. Josh was like, hey, you good? I say your seat. I'm like, shh. Oh. I get the tray. Sat down and shit. Eating and shit. And he was like, man, my little brother's stupid, man. He was like, he keep ducking these niggas, man. Making me face these niggas by my motherfucking self, man. This little nigga a bitch, man. This little nigga, man, I'm telling you, man, I hate that little nigga for real reason, man. I wish that nigga went in my motherfucking cell. I was like, yo, look, when he said that, I was like, look, bro. I said, listen, man. I don't really want to get in this shit. I said, but look, I just heard from somebody, bro, that they coming up there to get at your brother, man. You know, and he's like, when? I was like, bro, I don't know. Nigga say he coming. I said, you know, that lady working, she don't give a fuck. So I was like, bro, I don't know when, bro. But they said they gonna come up there and get at your brother, man. He was like, Man, see us the dumb shit right there. But he and that motherfucker trying to knock the lady head off and shit, man. He was like, man, fuck this shit. Through his tray, this word through his tray. The CEO said, man, pick that shit up. He was like, he looked at it, he was like, Josh said, he grabbed the pancakes off the floor, he was like, he went to the tray slot. He threw that shit in the tray slot, dude in the tray slot. I said, man, watch where the fuck you throwing that tray at? The hell is wrong with you, man? Josh was like, and he was just looking mad as a motherfucker. And they were looking mad as a bitch, so they let us out. And they could shoot back to the park fast as a motherfucker. By the time I get back, this nigga standing on the top tier by his door. Standing there looking crazy as a motherfucker. And he was like, shit crazy. And it was trying, and it was just like he was debating something in his head. I don't know what he was looking at. I don't know why he was looking like that. Josh was looking mad as fuck. And he was looking mad as a motherfucker. And he was just sitting there by his door. And they were just standing by his door. He was just, you know what I mean? I looked up, I seen goddamn Josh. I just looked up, I seen Cam coming out the bottom shower like, he brushing the shower shoes. He knocked the water out. He threw the towel over his head and shoulders. He just started walking. He go up the steps. He see his big brother standing right there. He said, what's wrong with you? Josh was like, ain't shit wrong with me, man. He was like, no, what's up? What's up, big bro? He was like, man, ain't nothing wrong with me, man. I was like, oh shit, he been telling that niggas coming? I was like, I couldn't believe this shit. I'm like, yo, this shit wild as a bitch. Just standing there, he was like, man, hey, look, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now, man. He was like, tell me what? He was like, man, them niggas said he was fucking with that young girl on the street, man. And that shit true, man. So look, I'm telling you, he was like, man, I ain't know how old she was, big bro. He was like, nah, you fucking lying, man. I know when you fucking lying, man. He was like, them niggas said they coming up this motherfucker, man. He was like, when? He was like, man, I don't fucking know, man. Now you got us in all this bullshit, man. Dumbass motherfucker. And then Cam was like, and they were just standing on the top tier looking dumb as a bitch. And they were standing looking dumb as a motherfucker. Thick ass big booty lady come from the floor and went to the fucking shower. She came from the floor and went up into the booth. So she's switching spots with the lady. They usually will do that. You work this time, I work this time, they'll switch up. So now the big booty lady's in the booth. So as he's standing there, he just looking at his brother and Josh just looking at him like, man, it's all your fucking fault. That nigga said, man, I'm going to get in the shower, man. Josh said, man, you just got out the motherfucking shower. He said, I'm going to take another shower. And he gonna hop in the shower. Goddamn, Josh was standing right there. I was like, Josh, get off the top tier, man. That nigga a fucking lunatic. Came down the steps. Goddamn, I looked, pause. Bro ain't had nothing on the shower. Bro just got out the shower. Bro ain't had nothing on the shower, man. Bro was up there going bananas on goddamn that lady, man. He was knocking her toboggan loose. Pause. He had to be, man, because as we was just standing, once bro came down the steps, and me and him got under the tier, like the top tier right there, we went under that joint. So we like down by cell 6 and all that, standing by the wall. And me and him just like standing right there. He ain't really talking. But as he's standing right there, all you hear is, I'm gonna write your ass up now. You going to jail now, motherfucker. Yeah, your ass going to jail now. Yeah, that's where the fuck you going. You going to jail now, motherfucker. So goddamn, we was like, oh shit. So that nigga Josh was like, I was like, bro, she talking to your brother, bro. He was like, dumbass motherfucker. Next thing you know, see the sergeant, the CO coming that bitch. Sergeant right up the damn step. Sergeant was like, hey, middle shower. Hey, middle shower. Hey, man, look here, man. When you finish, man, pack your shit for me, man. All you heard was Cam like, pack my shit for what? He was like, you know why? You in here pulling on yourself. You know why? So go ahead and finish what you're doing. By the time you finish, go ahead and pack your shit. Go on 3 building. I got something for you. Come on. This word Cam was looking dumb as a bitch. So Cam come out the shower like, you heard the shower jump open. He was like, he was cell right there. He went to the cell. Sergeant standing on the top tier waiting on his ass like, nigga went and shit, nigga packed his shit up. Josh went upstairs. It wasn't nothing he can do. You know what I mean? They took his fucking brother, man. His brother went down for a fucking gunning case, man. The #1 thunner. That man was out of here, y'all. So boom. They took that nigga, man. They took that nigga, I promise you, man. What he did was this, though, man. It was crazy, though, man, because Josh spoke on it. But it happened. And there was nothing I could do about it, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. But when he ended up going to the hole, Josh was like, he was happy he went to the fucking hole. But Josh was like, he left all this bullshit with him, man. You know what I mean? So he had wrote Josh a kite when he was in the hole and told Josh that he won't coming out the fucking hole because he beefing with the red team. He was like, ain't enough. He can't beat all them niggas, so he gone. So Josh was like, damn. Josh told me like, this nigga just left all this beef with me. So Josh was like, this nigga just left all this dumbass drama beef with me, man. So Josh wasn't tripping. I was like, man, them niggas ain't gonna fuck with you, man. So like 2 days later from him going to his brother going to the hole, Josh went outside. You know what I mean? Every now and then, Josh would go outside and holler at a dude that he knew from one building. He'll go outside, I promise you. So while I'm in the pod chilling, you know what I mean? Everybody, like, you don't never know nothing going out, like, unless you look out the window. You know what I mean? Fort C was a pod that we didn't have a window sill. We looking at the back of the penitentiary, so we don't know what the fuck was going on. This man go outside. They said the red team whooped his motherfucking ass on that fucking yard, man. They said the red team took it out on that nigga and beat Josh ass. Man, they said they beat, niggas came back in from rec and was like, yo, Weezy, hey, yo, your old celly just got his ass whooped. I was like, what? It was like, yeah, nigga, Josh. He was like, yo, the red team niggas fucked that nigga up, bro. Them niggas went to the hole and everything for that shit. They beat that nigga in front of them. They beat that nigga up till the police came on the boulevard. I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. He was like, man, that nigga fucked up. They taking that nigga to medical, man. I was like, shh. That's the dumb shit that happened, man, when you got a brother is a fucking maniac, man. His brother did all that bullshit and left everything on his fucking plate. Y'all see how shit can turn out, man. That's how dangerous prison is. That's why you shouldn't bring your ass to prison, man. For these reasons right here. That fucking coward little brother of him, man, never came the fuck out the hole. He never came the fuck out the hole. He left all that drama on his brother. And I know he heard about his brother getting his ass whooped too. You know what I mean? That shit was crazy, man. I never saw the nigga goddamn Cam again. I never ran into Josh no more. Josh didn't come out the fucking hole after that ass whooping. I guess he felt like he couldn't do it. Like, you know, he was embarrassed probably from getting his ass whooped. And on top of that, man, like, you know, they probably would have kept whooping his ass if he would have got out of the hole. So he got the fuck out of Dodge too. You know what I mean? Like, that shit was crazy that all that shit happened to bro like that over his brother being a lunatic, man. But that's how it go down. Like I was telling y'all, man, like, you got a brother, he come up there, he be on some bullshit, that shit gonna fall on you, and that's just how it go, y'all. Period, man. But that was a crazy situation. That's the end of the damn story, though. Man, I appreciate y'all for watching another one, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Stay y'all ass out the way, man. Your family needs you, man. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was a Wednesday bonus banger. So what did y'all do with this one? Like, share, subscribe this one, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. But be safe out there, people, and stay your ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.